First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, we appreciate you joining us. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday starting around 1 o'clock, and we get to talk about a lot of different things on this show. Today, we are discussing outdoor school, which is kind of a rite of passage, something that a lot of students from Oregon have participated in over the years, learning about science and nature and everything that it encompasses. We're going to get more into that here during this segment, and we're also going to talk about a documentary out covering outdoor school and one particular student. So we've got a lot to talk about. To do so, though, we are joined by the perfect people to talk about this. We've got Benno, Lyon, we've got Etuk, and thank you to both of you for being here to talk about this. We're going to talk to Ime about the documentary. Benno, I was hoping we could start off, and for people who don't know, could you tell us about the outdoor school program and what it is?
Thanks, Greg. We're really glad to be here. I'm Benno Lyon. I'm the regional program manager for the OSU Extension Service Outdoor School Program, and our organization distributes the funding, the public funding that goes to all the school districts in Oregon to do outdoor school, which is a blessing in Oregon that we have. Outdoor school is a multi-day program that is part of school. It's a school program where 5th and 6th graders get to go outdoors and learn about science, get to build community with their class and with their teachers. It's usually overnight, not always. It's just, like you said, it's a rite of passage. It's a transformative program, and it's really important, and it's a beloved program in Oregon.
And it's been around for quite a long time, too, right?
60 plus years. I think the first outdoor school in Oregon was started in the late 1950s, and it's been running in various parts of Oregon ever since.
Wow, that's a tremendous legacy right there. So that long, 60 plus years, and all these students getting to go out and participate in so many different programs. This leads, to my next question here is, how did this idea of a documentary about this and the one particular student that was focused on, how did that come about?
Well, so I went to outdoor school as a kid and went back in high school as a student leader and worked in education in my whole career. And so outdoor school has always been a part of my life. And what I came to realize is that it's a very oral tradition. People have hundreds of thousands of students have gone to outdoor school. I've heard so many people connect and talk about outdoor school. But what I didn't see was a lot of film, sort of professional level film products about outdoor school. There was a piece done by, I think, Oregon Field Guide some years ago. There just wasn't a lot out there. And so I went to my supervisors and made the case that maybe we should be trying to use some resources to tell some stories about outdoor school in a really professional way, and that the stories mattered and that they could be useful to people who are unfamiliar with outdoor school to learn more about it, and to parents and students who weren't sure what it was, to really just be able to learn about outdoor school and maybe go to outdoor school and embrace it. In terms of this particular student, the first idea that was really important, I thought, was I really wanted to tell the story of a student from their perspective, in particular, a student who is first generation here in Oregon. And specifically, we were looking for a kid whose family spoke Spanish at home, and that we could do a bilingual film that would really reach multiple audiences across culture and language.
I mean, and that's something that, telling that story from those different perspectives too, and getting everybody involved in that. I mean, that's just it's a really interesting way to go about it, and a really important thing, as you mentioned, for people to understand when it comes to that. And, as far as the filming of it, so you found this student, you found your star for this, what was it like putting that together and following him along in this process?
Well, the first part was we had to find a really great film team, and Ime is going to talk about that process. When we got to work with Laugh Cry Love Productions and Labs Media, Ime and Ifanyi, they really just brought the professionalism and the skill, and they also both speak Spanish, and they both went to outdoor school as kids. So we just found the right people, and we had to partner with Gresham Barlow School District, which was wonderful. They were terrific to work with, and we also partnered with the Multnomah County, the MESD Outdoor School. So that partnership between OSU, the film team, the school district, and the outdoor school provider, we all came together on this project. I'd love for Ime to talk a little bit about just working with Angel and his family and how that went.
Absolutely. And Greg, thank you for the opportunity to share about outdoor school. As Benno said, I'm, I went through the rites of passage growing up as a young kid. And in documentary storytelling, the first part of storytelling is listening. And so it really was about spending time with the family and understanding them. Before we try to tell their story, I believe you should be impacted by the story. And so you're really kind of living with them and going into it, not trying to take a story structure and placing it on them, but really finding the story. And so when spending time with them, seeing how Angel is experiencing it, we really were just capturing and then trying to retell authentically what happened and tracking the transformative experience that happens with so many kids at outdoor school, and was mirrored in his life as well. So,
I mean, and I think that is just such an interesting way to go about it too, because to get that story accurate of what they're going through, and also just the combination too of, how Benno was talking about all these things lined up, and you were the right person at the right place to do this because you also experienced outdoor school as well, and going through that. And so when you started following along, I guess, and I'm trying to for people who are going to be watching the documentary, what was kind of that story and narrative that you found as you were following Angel around?
well, with Angel, and one of the things that I related to personally as well was that, being first generation where, I didn't have people that went before me that really had been to outdoor school. My parents were apprehensive. Thankfully, my older sisters had went. Otherwise, it would have been hard for me because my parents didn't understand why did I come to this country to send my kid to the woods for a week. And so understanding the challenges that come when maybe your parents don't understand why it's so valuable, and to be able to share like these different nuanced things that really are the rites of passage and how much you'll grow away from your parents, So like a way to provide safety is to send your kids away. Plus there'll be a communal experience they'll have not only with their fellow classmates, but to see your teachers in a different light. I remember how different it was that, your teacher has a different name and you see them in the morning, and it really shapes your world. And so that was a lot of what the story was, and the challenges, if you haven't been away from home, it's hard for kids. Some kids, the first 2 nights are really hard. Some don't make it, but we wanted to show that journey. And so we found all those things with Angel, including the big campfire that happens at the end, that all kids have. And when I was a kid, everyone said, everyone cries, and you think you won't, but last day of camp, we all do. So
yeah, everybody ends up doing that. I mean, that's again, but that sounds like that's just another part of that rite of passage. Taking a look here, it's some of the clips from the documentary and going through this. I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, for people who are going to be watching this film, and watching this journey that Angel had, what would you like them to take away from it? Going into it maybe with a blank slate and seeing this journey, and then coming away with something.
Man, the transformative power of nature and community.
Yeah.
That's what I want people to take away. And that's my desire. I know Benno feels the same, that we want every young person, 5th and 6th grader, to have that opportunity to experience that, because it really can inform how you will deal with things later in life, because you understand what it's like to be tested and to come together with other people and to forge ahead, and to do it against the beautiful backdrop that we're blessed with in Oregon to have. Everyone doesn't get. And so that's the takeaway I hope people get when they view this film.
Yeah. And just that outdoor school is for all Oregon students. It's for everybody, that everybody belongs. Even if it's not something that's as familiar to your family or to the community you live in, that outdoor school has benefits for everybody. And I think that what Ime said about the transformative power of it in community and in nature is really kind of the heart of it. We want everybody to experience outdoor school and to benefit from it. Those increased relationships that the positive relationships that students have with their teachers and with their classmates can change a kid's school experience. And just, it allows some kids who maybe don't always shine in the classroom just because for any number of reasons, a lot of times at outdoor school, they kind of find their moment, and they get to really be successful in a way that they haven't been before, and it can really change their school experience in a positive way. So we just want everybody to see this film and to recognize that outdoor school is a transformative program for all kids, and something that we can embrace and bring people together.
That's really great. I mean, yeah, something to, for some of those kids maybe to get out of their shell a little bit, to experience something new, talk to other students, maybe have conversations they haven't had before. I mean, that sounds like it's all beneficial, as you were saying, Ime, for later down as well, those transformations. Well, for everyone out there too who wants to go see this documentary, wants to watch this, what's the best way for them to do so?
Well, it's on our website at the OSU Outdoor School program. It's on our website on the front page. Also on YouTube, if you search for Angel Outside, which is the title of the film, it's easily available on YouTube. The titles, the written titles on screen and the epilogue is available both in Spanish and English. It is a dual language film that has, you can choose your language of subtitles. So it's very available online. We hope that people can see it. We're hoping to get it into some film festivals. And we're just looking forward to getting it out there. We also have a second film that is going to be coming out in the next few months, which is another outdoor school story following some other students at another program. So we're really excited to tell these stories about outdoor school.
That's great. So more on the way.
We're on the way.
Right on. Well, and Ime, anything that you would like to let people know about too, as far as following along your work?
Well, it's oddly, or not so oddly, as a feature film called Outdoor School, based on a true story of 1994, Portland, that'll be out hitting the festivals this year and eventually make its way back around to Portland. So more about that, and very into this outdoor school world, as you can see right now.
I mean, a lot of stories to tell, I'm sure, and 60 years on top of that of material possibly to go back to. So that's great. Well, yeah, definitely let us know, when that's coming out, because I'd love to talk about that as well. But for both of you, thank you very much for having time to talk to me here today. I really appreciate it, joining us here on Fox 12 Now.
Thank you so much for having us, Greg.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
And for everybody watching, we are live streaming here. We've got more coming up throughout the afternoon. We do a wide range of topics on this show. We cover a wide range of topics. So coming up at about 1:30, we're going to be talking about the Clinton Street Theater, one of the longest running movie theaters on the West Coast, or actually even beyond that, I think west of the Mississippi. So good feature story right there. We're also going to be hearing from Mayor Wilson about his budget proposal. So I told you it's a wide range of topics, and that is something that holds true here on this show. And in addition, if there's breaking news, we'll have that as well. It'll all be here. So thanks for joining us. I will talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.